It's time. So many nerds here in the GOM studios. And I got to say, I think if MVP, starts to run out of different strats, Parting definitely can continue this comeback. Artosis, do you think he can do it?
Yeah.
I didn't realize they had a railway system on this map. Did you see that?
Well, how else
there
would
it is.
you get along Metropolis?
I guess that's a good
point. It's a
point.
Metropolis, dude. You need public transportation. Yeah, how crowded those streets would be?
Yeah, no kidding. How is it possible to have, because this is actually on top of a building, how is it possible to have gas guys on top of the building?
How is it possible?
I don't know. Actually, no, if you look at it, I'll get to that in a second. In the upper right, we have our Terran player playing standard and losing. What will he do this game? We're going to see. His ID is, is it a geyser? It's actually like a mechanical looking geyser. That actually explains it. It's not a volcano like the other maps.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess you're right, yeah.
We figured it out.
Yeah, those are just vents out of the building.
Yeah, they're just vents out of the building.
They're just, that's like,
all right, shut up.
Comes out of an air conditioner.
This guy. The bottom left, the bottom left, we have our Protoss player starting to come back. Clearly very solid in the late game. He is. Sorry,
Putty.
Vespene gas is actually like Freon or something. This is really weird.
We'll mine from the ventilation shafts on top of the building.
Oh, you know what I actually found out the other day that's so interesting? And
wait,
actually,
he's got a second sign. Oh, too late. We'll never know what you had to say.
I actually found this out the other day. It was so interesting to me. Well, a ton of the top players in StarCraft II actually came from Istro, the team that I used to live with, and Juan
I remember
used to
those
work
days
with as well. And this is like, I feel completely ashamed, but Parting was on Istro. I just don't remember who he was, but he remembers me.
Oh, because
I used to live with Parting, but I don't even.
Well, you shouldn't actually feel bad about that. You just got to Korea, and you have to remember
everybody's in that house for like 2 years, but
there were a lot of people in the house. That's a lot of IDs, and then
well, he was like
used to Korean names
he was like a low B teamer or something, but I don't remember him. I feel bad about it.
It's okay. Does he know that you don't know, or that you don't remember him?
I think he must.
Well, don't worry, because if he doesn't know, we're going to go tell him on the break.
I guess we'll let him know.
No,
I'm like, hey, you just lost MVP, but I don't remember you.
Party's actually a cool guy, man. I really like Party.
Oh, yeah, he is actually really cool. He has good English, too.
Yeah, you mean he speaks English well.
Yeah, he has good English.
His English is pretty darn good.
It's gooder than my English.
Yeah.
All right, so Metropolis, it looks like MVP just going to be going for a fast expansion here. And Parting, we don't know exactly who he's doing, but it really, really, really looks like a fast expansion off one gate. Just get a stalker out and make a Nexus. We'll see if MVP goes down and makes an eBay in the natural with just a stalker popping out. Sometimes that's a fun way to make them angry.
A great way to screw up everything for them.
Yeah, that's... I mean, just looking at...
Wait, if they put the Nexus, the eBay down where your Nexus is supposed to be when you do that build, I always just make another Nexus in another main. Is that what you do?
No, I kill the eBay.
You just kill the eBay?
Yeah, what I do is I just chrono out some more probes and stuff, and maybe get my extra gas a little bit earlier. But I kill the eBay.
Now we know.
You got to be so careful with, if you do 3-base builds, you got to be really, really careful with exactly what the build is. Because when they come out with medevacs, you can't have splash damage. If you went 3-base builds, you have to have enough gateway units, which is like, you gotta have a tight build.
We got the second gateway coming down now. Excuse me. And the third gateway.
Well,
no, once again, MVP hiding his SCV in another main. Mm-hmm. He's been pretty consistent with that. He makes absolutely sure that the SCV is going to be safe.
He's doing a better job of scouting, really, than Parting is in the series so far.
Well, Parting seems, generally speaking, to just have good instinct and patience.
Yeah, I think Parting has stuff really mapped out very well. Obviously, MVP does as well, but I think he's just going by maps in his head of how to play rather than completely reacting. This is actually something we've talked about a lot with Parting before, where he's so good at basically everything, but sometimes he falters on in-game decision-making because that's like one of the last things you can learn is how to slightly alter some things on the fly to better fit the scenario in the game, basically. But Parting is actually playing like a super safe build here. You know, the 1-gate expand into 3 gates into Robo. A lot of Protosses will actually go the Robo into 3 gates. And this is not even a pressure one. Because if you see the 3 gates first, oftentimes it's for pressure, but this is like a defensive one. So he is literally playing. He has changed up how he's playing here. Basically, he's playing super safe. This won't really die to anything, and that's, I think, exactly what he's going for. And what we were even saying that he should be going for is just something super safe that gets him in the late game no matter what.
Nice control here by MVP.
Was good by partying until that last volley.
Yeah. Well, you got to be really careful when you're doing that with the Stalker against that many Marines, because you may kill one Marine, but if you lose that Stalker, it's so bad.
Yeah, there's actually some people that have such good Stalker micro. Actually, partying has some of the best in the world.
White Raw is somebody like that. I've watched him.
Yeah, he oftentimes
just
is
not
very good.
Lose any Stalker hit points against countless Marines. Countless.
So many. How many?
Endless. They were maxed out, Artosis. You wouldn't believe it was 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers.
It's 200, though. That's not countless.
It is if you don't use the upper right side of the screen, Artosis.
Okay. That's
StarCraft is not a mathematical scientific game to me, all right? It's all just magic, okay? He got 20 mutas. How do you do that? Well, guys, he actually just saved up 2,000 gas. So you know, going back to this game, the Observer's now inside the base.
And Parting is actually doing a much different build this time. MVP, very standard as we can see. You know, just everything looks normal. Getting the +1, he does have 2 tech labs on his barracks, so looks like he definitely wants to have the combat shields ready for an earlier push. Yep. But that's going to give him less Marines. So that's just the little trade-off that he's going to have there. But of course, it's a quicker push too. So Parting should have less units, whereas Parting is actually, he's going for the 1 Forge again, but going right into Twilight with 5 gates very quickly.
All right, armor is on the way now. Generally speaking on this map, Protoss just want to wait it out. If you get into like late game on this map, if you're like into 20 to 25 minute marker, it's so hard for Terran to do anything to you because you're so far away. You just, put Templars everywhere, feedback medevacs, let the Terran try to run into you, storm it, feedback ghosts. There's not even a lot of areas of massive death ball Terran army can even approach you at.
Yeah, so that's quite true.
Yeah.
This is kind of interesting. Parting, well, to basically double underline and bold what you just said, but of course never italicize.
No, you never italicize and bold.
No, you never.
No,
do.
that is so bad.
But he's actually going straight into high Templar tech this time. So he wants to get those high Templars out and just spread them around, as you were mentioning, because he realizes, hey, if I do that, I mean that's what kind of got him that game last time. Of course, the Colossus actually were a big part of it, forcing fewer medevacs, more Vikings, getting a sweet and smooth transition, but going straight into this Templar Archives, but not starting Storm yet. That's interesting that he has not started Storm. And that might just be to get the charge out just a little bit quicker.
Ooh, careful with that Observer.
It's about to get heavy.
MVP has to be careful about how aggressive he gets here.
Apparently he's going to be very, very aggressive.
Oh my God.
He's going to drop up here. Oh, no.
Wow, that was almost tragedy for both players. All right, and now it's going to be almost tragedy for them as well. All right, some nice
wow, yes, he managed to get them all out, every single unit out.
That's a lot of units to be in there before charge is done. Tastes 2 Archons are on the way. 1 gets picked off, and these Zealots just don't have charge. MVP is going to kill so many units here, Tasteless. This is so bad for Parting.
All right, you can see the probes getting up here, and now he's not even sure if he should do that. He targets down the Archon, and goodbye.
Oh my God. MVP doesn't have any medevacs left, but does it even matter?
Oh my God, this pylon goes down. And if he gets this next pylon, oh my God, before that's what I meant. Oh wow, talk about last second.
And that is...
That charge is going to finish here, but he's actually going to have every single gateway unpowered.
Yeah, he has 1 gateway powered right now, so he can't make more units. In fact, he's going to lose so much here, Tasteless.
I don't even know if he can recover this.
Yeah, he's down to 53 supply against 101. MVP has a 3rd base. Parting has nothing going on.
There's nothing going on. Blackout right now in Parting's base. He can't remake.
God.
Whereas MVP can. More units streaming down now. The expansion is up and running.
Oh my, Tasteless. I mean, it's 41 probes and 54 SVs, 3 base against 2, but more importantly, the supply of armies, basically no units for Parting against a bunch of stimmed units from MVP. This could be it, Tasteless. We might have MVP going to the finals.
It certainly looks like that's going to be the case as more Marines and Marauders simming here. And again, remember, the Protoss could not be remaking as quickly until those pylons got up and running. In fact, even the worker count, 54 to 34.
Cases, I think this is it, man. The parting just doesn't have enough here. MVP has better upgrades, more units, more economy, everything. And look at this choke he's trying to attack up to. Never going to happen.
More units coming down here, stimming forward. Guys, I don't know what to say. All the mules land. And I think this is going to be a GG moment coming up here.
Well, 14 supply to 116.
Oh, look at Parting in the booth.
Parting is just devastated.
Yeah.
He was certain that he was going to go to the finals.
Voted to be the favorite. It was going to be his moment to beat currently one of the greatest players of all time, but MVP wants to go be in the finals. You can see MVP grinning in the booth now as he's realizing, yeah, I got it, and GG. MVP will go on to the finals.
I need to know what that Korean says. Someone tweet that at me. I am Artosis. He is.
Oh, I didn't even actually glance at it.
Wow. Anyways, wow. MVP. This is MVP's 5th final. His 5th final. He lost the BlizzCon one while he was winning BlizzCon 2 MMA. Parting devastated, of course, leaving here. He thought he was going to make last season's final where he dropped down the round of 8 to DRG. Thought he was going to make this season's final where he's unfortunately dropped out to MVP. Parting, an amazing player, but still that big tournament win is not there for him.
Yeah. Maybe in the future.
Dude, is MVP just going to win the finals?
It's possible. He's clearly very comfortable at TVP at this point in time, since that's the only thing he's had to practice for. Wow. Well, MVP getting a lot of cheers from our audience here today. We'll be moving on to the finals, and we will be, well, I won't, but they will be interviewing him.
아무래도 지금 기분이 굉장히 좋을 것 같은데 이번에 시즌 투어 시즌에서 결승 진출 성공했습니다. 소감 부탁드리겠습니다. 인사와 소감.
네, 안녕하세요. 방금 이기고 나온 IM팀 정중현이라고 하고요.
네.
근데 그동안은 제가 이걸 좀 했었잖아요.
많이 했죠.
근데 그동안은 이렇게 많이 안 반겨주셨어요.
아, 그래요? 오늘 좀 많이 반겨주는 건가요?
그때는 제가 태태전이었거든요. 그래서 이렇게
I've done interviews after winning the semifinals, but I think this time
하지만 결승하면 어떻게 될지 몰라요.
I feel even happier than the times before.
중계 중에도 저희가 말씀을 드렸습니다. 많은
My coach is happy for me, and I've been congratulating him more than any other time before.
이제 본인이 그런 좀 느낌을 받는다고 하는 것 같은데 어떠십니까? 결승계 결과적으로 이제 테란 대 프로토스의 경기가 또 펼쳐지게 되는데 나니와 선수가 8강에서 정중현 선수를 잡으려고 했는데 실패했어요. 그리고 방금 원희사 선수가 또 한 번 정중현 선수를 저격하는데 또 한 번 실패하고 새로운 프로토스가 결과적으로 결승에서 만나게 되겠는데 어떤 선수가 와야지
So you defeated Naniwa in Parting,
상처를 좀 입혔습니다.
and you're obviously going to go up against another Protoss. How do you feel about that?
박현우가 남아 있어요.
일단 두 분 다 되게 잘하시는 토스인데 제가 솔직히 이삭이가 제일 잘한다고 생각해요. 토스전을. 아니, 테란전을. 그래가지고 이삭이 이기면 누가
Both Hero and Squirtle are really good, especially PBT.
야, 역시 왕의 자신감.
But honestly, I think Parting is the best PBT player around. So I think since I defeated the best PBT player, I'm very confident going into the finals against the Protoss.
구체적으로 어떤 부분에서 이제 좋아졌고 어떤 부분에서 이제 게임을 하는데 더 많이 이제 편리해지고 좀 편안해지고 이런 점이 있는지 이 자리를 빌어서 좀 부분에 대해
and he
말씀해
actually
주시죠.
hears everything that's said while talking. Holy crap.
뭐 정확하게 이제 밝히기는 이제 힘든 부분이긴 하겠습니다만 뭐 이렇게 좋아졌다 이렇게 해서 우리는 좋다 LG 화이팅 LGIM 화이팅 뭐 이런 거 감사의 말씀 한마디 부탁드립니다.
일단 LG에서 모니터를 바꿔주셨는데 눈이 굉장히 편하네요.
아 그런가요?
He's saying thank you to his sponsors at LG.
LG 모니터 꼭 사세요.
They changed all the monitors in their team houses to LG monitors.
약간 노린 듯한 눈웃음을 보여주는 정중현 선수의 모습이었습니다.
네. 계속 말씀해 주시죠.
일단 후원사 저희 메인 후원사인 LG의 후원 너무 잘해주셔서 너무 감사드리고요. 네, 그리고 저희 다른 스폰서인
구김스 컴퍼니
Saying thanks to his other sponsors. This is what smart pro gamers do, guys.
다 너무 감사드리고요. 꼭 올라가서 우승할 수 있도록 열심히 하겠습니다.
올라갔고 자
He's going to try his best to win in the finals for the sponsors.
우승자는 3명이 있죠. 각 종족별로 한 명씩 딱딱 배출되어 있는 가운데 이제 4회 우승을 가장 먼저 도전할 수 있는 그 기회를 얻었어요. 결승전에 올라갔기 때문에 4회 우승 어떻게 자신 있습니까? 현재까지는.
저는 솔직히 4회 우승 타이틀보다 이번 GSL 트로피가 되게 이쁘더라고요.
아 트로피요 새로
네.
나온. 예.
그게
그렇죠.
솔직히 굉장히 탐나거든요.
네, 다른 트로피 이 유물 트로피
And
질렸죠
he
이제.
plans to be the first 4-time champion.
유물 트로피는
But-
별로 안 이뻤던 것 같아요.
He likes the
네,
trophy
굉장히
better.
마음에 들어서
네.
꼭 그 트로피를 갖고 싶어요.
He says he thinks the GSL trophy is the most prestigious trophy.
2012년 트로피를 노리는 정종현 선수.
The most prestigious event, so he's really looking forward to trying to win that.
맞죠.
팀리그
예.
트로피도 있고 정종현 선수는 모든 트로피를 현재 수집하고 있습니다. 해외 대회까지.
뭐 이런 농담이 있을 정도죠. IM 팀에서는 트로피로 볼링을 친다는 정도로
아령도 하고 볼링도 하고. 네.
가능하겠는데요. 네, 그럼 마지막으로 팬분들에게 한마디
People says I am have so many trophies
항상 응원해
that they
주시는
play
팬분들
bowling
너무
with their trophies.
감사드리고요. 이번에
Is this true?
결승 태풍 만들어서 너무
So, yeah,
뿌듯하고
they break all the
네, 응원 덕분인 것 같아요. 네. 결승에서는 너무 토스 응원하지 마시고 저도 좀 응원해 주세요.
I think it's because of all my fan support that I was able to win this today.
멋진 경기 기대하겠습니다.
I'll practice my hardest.
네, 이렇게
And I will
해서
show
정종현 선수에게
great matches in the
만나봤는데
finals.
충분히 잘 가시지 않는 듯한 모습이었어요.
He said that Tasteless was the best caster ever. Thank you, MVP.
All right, Squirtle Hero is going to say Artis was the best.
All
ever.
right. It's hard to say.
Like,
I'm
no,
such a
actually,
fan
they
of his
said
casts.
they said Wolf is the best ever. I'm like,
You can't say that. You can't do this.
all right, so this is actually pretty big. You know, they
Yes,
did just
it
get
is.
sponsored by LG. That's the biggest sponsorship in StarCraft II. in
LG
Korea.
is huge.
huge. And
It's actually really good just for
this is
esports in
also
general, guys.
this is a moment where every Terran in the world's like, I can't beat Protoss, and then he just like slammed 2 great Protosses in a row, and now he's going to the finals. And I mean, MVP against anyone in the finals.
Well,
don't you have
yeah.
to give him an edge?
Well, yeah, actually you do. I think we can conclude that. So, it's interesting to see that MVP in that final game just able to drop his army just in the right spot. Right before the charge was finished, and that is the main reason. Actually, that's the reason why he won, is because charge wasn't done. So the Zealots can never actually get up there to do the damage they need to do. And it's those little things that make a difference, especially when you're playing at a skill level as high as this. Trying to get into the finals of a GSL Code S. These are the best players in the world. Pretty cool stuff. We're going to take a 5-minute break. And when we return, we're going to have our second best of 5 today, a PvP between Hero and Squirtle. So stay tuned.
Haru, another dog! Art guides me.
Immortal.
I return to serve.
불멸자. 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 불멸자.
Now I look like you. Immortal. Down.
불멸자.
have 6 range.
불멸자. 불멸자. 불멸자.
Oh, nice. More Zealots.